I've recognized a pattern in consulting with hundreds of nonprofit leaders trying to increase their revenue, but unable to. They look to what they've always done to guide them instead of embracing change to grow. Hey, I'm Matt. I'm a nonprofit growth consultant at Cosmic, where I have helped hundreds of nonprofit leaders quickly grow their revenue and impact. Before Cosmic, I led development operations at Team Rubicon during a 7-year stretch that took our annual revenue from $275,000 to $51 million. I share lessons learned in my book, The High Growth Nonprofit, Proven Steps to Quickly Double Your Revenue and Drive Impact, which you can get for free using the link in the description of this video. Okay, now on to the 3 biggest mistakes nonprofit leaders make when trying to grow revenue. First up, nonprofit leaders are not allowed to think big enough. I've talked about this before, but I'll summarize it here. If you want to grow revenue and drive impact, you have to encourage your team to think big. Gather your team around a whiteboard and ask them to brainstorm how you would go about doubling your revenue with half the resources over the next 3 years. I promise this will force creativity, innovation, and ruthless prioritization. More often than not, this exercise makes it clear that the technology the nonprofit is using is totally outdated. They commit to replacing it, and therein lies the second most common reason why nonprofits struggle to quickly grow revenue. They simply select and implement the wrong technology. Leaders rush a decision and put far too much trust in a sales rep at a technology company or a consulting partner. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I favor progress over perfection, but moving slow to move fast is absolutely critical here. You must gather requirements from your team. Ask them what is and isn't working with your current technology stack. Then document your team's must-haves, nice-to-haves, but you must filter that through the strategies you identified, answering the questions: how would we go about doubling our revenue with half the resources over the next 3 years? The technology you select cannot be based on your old approach to raising money, the approach that led to stagnation. Instead, you wanted to serve your new approach to philanthropy, the one that will lead to exponential growth. Let me share an example from a client to drive home the point. We were approached by a large animal welfare organization, one that historically relied heavily on in-person events to raise money. This time last year, they were on Blackbaud, but had recently made a change to their new CRM and fundraising platform. The only problem? They picked the wrong fundraising platform. They knew that they couldn't transition off of Blackbaud alone, so they reached out to an implementation partner for help. Everything was going well so far, but this implementation partner asked how they fundraise, and the organization described a large in-person peer-to-peer fundraising event. The consultant quickly recommended a fundraising platform and CRM accordingly. They went through a relatively fast implementation, so fast that when the philanthropy team asked the consultants how to turn on recurring giving for their upcoming campaign to promote monthly giving, the consultants shared that the fundraising platform selected didn't even offer that option. Holy smokes! They were shocked. They reached out to us in a panic. You see, the consultants asked too few questions. They selected a fundraising platform based solely on an old way of doing things, not their plan for future growth. It ended up costing them nearly a year of reduced revenue and tens of thousands of dollars to correct. It would have been much more cost effective to take the time to identify the right platforms up front. I cover exactly how to gather requirements for digital transformations in my book, The High Growth Nonprofit, which is available for free using the link in this video. The third reason why nonprofits fail to double their revenue over a 3-year period is they rely on a technology implementation partner, not a growth consultant, to lead their digital transformation. What the heck is the difference between these two? When you hire an implementation partner, it goes like this. You meet with a junior business analyst who asks you a series of questions all designed to get you to select the platform that they specialize in. You end the call with a platform recommendation, implementation timeline, and cost estimate. Here's the thing, I've seen it over and over again. Nonprofits are pitched a Ferrari when what they need is a Kia, and the implementation partner leaves out the most critical piece, the change management process. They are salespeople, not consultants. In contrast, when you approach a growth consultant, they spend that initial call getting to know your goals, your challenges, and your limitations. Hint, only 30% are related to your current tech stack. The majority have more to do with how you and your team make decisions and move to action. Growth consultants don't make a platform recommendation after only an hour on the phone because they know that the success relies more on including you and your team in the change management process. A growth consultant walks you through what the discovery process looks like. They explain how the decision will be yours to make, but they will be there to guide you. They will make sure that people feel heard, and that will lead to greater adoption, which always leads to more dramatically increased revenue. In my book, The High Growth Nonprofit, I describe exactly how you can lead your team's growth. Like what I've shared here, it's full of practical tips based off of my experience consulting with hundreds of nonprofit leaders eager to grow but short on time and money. Get your free copy of The High Growth Nonprofit by using the link in the description of this video. This is Matt from Cosmic reminding you that it's all about progress, not perfection.